Hello, team, and welcome to the LCS Lunker Podcast, episode 6, baby. I am very hyped to bring you our 6th episode, but not just me, also my co-host, Brandon.
Yeah.
And Aaron.
Hello.
Now, before we start, gentlemen, I want to give a quick shout-out to our new thumbnail maker, TBH, TB_H on Twitter. Shout out to the GOAT.
Yep.
He helps make our thumbnails now.
Out.
Go check him out. If you've been
wondering why they're better and have funny Twitter posts in them, that's because of him.
Yeah, we give this man a rubric and he's just like, okay. And then just comes out with a banger after like a couple hours. And we're just like, holy shit, he did it. Yep. But anyway, gentlemen, how's everyone's week?
Not
good.
No.
Okay.
Let's start with positive news. Brandon, why was your week good?
Well,
there was a special birthday you celebrated.
Oh yeah, my dog.
But is that like a happy thing?
Oh yeah, Nana's 11 years old. My dog, the mascot of Nana News on Twitter.
Okay.
He's awesome and old. She also looks the same as when we got her when she was like 5 months old. By the way,
dude, all the little white rat dogs look like that. It's crazy. They don't age until like they rapidly do, and then you're like, wow, your eyes are falling out.
We look on Facebook and like my brother had a post from 2013 of her. So then like that's when we got her, and yeah, she's just chilling. She hasn't really done much. Anyway, these past all these years. Out. She just vibes.
Nana's her. Every time we get a clash win, she honks shooing. But we still love her anyway.
Yep.
Nana
the GOAT.
I would like to let you know I met Nana like twice. She's the GOAT, even though she's a dog.
Well, I gotta find new teams, man.
Oh, what happened?
Dude, 3 things happened, man.
Go ahead, lay them out. I was there for like 2 of them, so lay it out.
Yeah, so Wednesday, the Vols went and played Texas A&M in basketball because I'm a big Vols basketball fan. And
Tennessee Volunteers.
Yeah, the A&M shoots 25% from 3.
Okay.
So, not great free throw or 3-point shooters. And they were shooting over 50 on us, and they had a guy that went 5 for 5. So they were completely lighting us up. Now, yeah, they had that game circled, I'll be honest. It was kind of depressing. The crowd was electric. Our team was not looking as good. They were rebounding all over us. That was something we were expecting because they were a really good rebounding team. But so I could, be okay with them getting in a few extra possessions because they'd be good at rebounding. But for them to just light us up from 3 when that's such a weak point of the team is so sad. So, we got killed there.
Dismantled.
So we fell from 6th to 8th, which is not too bad. And as long as we just, clean it up and keep going and maybe win the SEC tournament, we can be a 1 seed for March Madness. But we'll see. And then,
here comes
I was talking about this.
For.
No, yeah. So next 2 things, I was talking about this with my dad a couple days ago. I'm like, man, there's all these really good games, and I was telling about this earlier anyway. There's all these really good games that happen, and I, for some reason, I'm always on the worst side of them. I never get to enjoy them. And so, on Sunday, yesterday, you had, Cloud 900 Thieves, and you had the Super Bowl. Cloud 900 Thieves, from a neutral perspective, banger of a game, very exciting. But the whole time, I don't get to enjoy any of it because I'm just... Now, if we won, that's super hype, and I get to enjoy all of it. But for them to,
to
losing and then come back and then throw again, and it's like everyone's like, "No,
we're gonna dive deeper into that
game
one.
Of the year," and I'm just like, man,
considering
the fact they lost.
As a C9 fan as well, I'm still mad that they lost, but it was still a banger game.
Yeah,
I can't argue.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I enjoyed it, and then you have the Super Bowl last night. It was a better Super Bowl than last year. No, it was a really good game. I enjoyed watching it with people. But because last year I watched it with friends that also didn't care about football, but they also were all engineering majors and were doing homework the whole time. So that kind of sucked.
Lame.
At least y'all weren't doing homework. But I was wanting the Niners to win for a couple of reasons. Main reason was my boy Jawan Jennings, former Tennessee Volunteer. One, he was popping off, and should the Niners would have won that, he would have been Super Bowl MVP. And we haven't had, a Super Bowl MVP since. Was Peyton ever a Super Bowl MVP? Actually, Peyton
I do not know.
Manning. I know he didn't win it his last year. It was Von Miller. Manning.
That Super Bowl was a very good game, though. I
that
have
was a
to
good
give it a quick shout out to Butker, the kicker for the Chiefs, because somehow that man earned 16 points for the team. In all honesty, that man don't got to catch. He don't got to throw. He don't got to run. But he did his job, and he did it right. In my heart, he's the MVP.
I saw him. I was looking at this thing earlier. He was 44 for 46 this year.
For the year? For kicking?
For the year.
You see, yeah, that's amazing. What?
Dude, he was insane. That's like better than Justin Tucker levels, I'm pretty sure.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I looked it up. Peyton Manning was the MVP for his first year. I mean, he's a quarterback, so it's going to happen a lot. But he threw Jawan Jennings threw a passing touchdown. He was a quarterback in high school, and he did it.
Someone earned a lot of money, by the way.
He would do those trick plays.
I remember someone tweeting saying, "Yo, I hope this guy throws up. I hope Jawan Jennings throws a passing touchdown. If he does, I'm gonna be a rich man."
Rich man, bro.
And somebody's out here balling it, buddy. That's all I have to say. Congratulations if your parlays hit.
And then so it was so exciting to watch, and then the game gets stroked away. Arguably, or not arguably, objectively, a really exciting game. Any postseason game that goes to overtime, even if it's not as exciting at the start, is still going to be super exciting.
Yep.
But since it wasn't the outcome I wanted, I didn't get to enjoy it. I could still acknowledge it's a super exciting game from an objective standpoint, and if I had no dog in the fight. Now, I never get through a football game without eventually having a dog in the fight. At some point, I want some team to win based on the game, but it was so sad. And I never get these. I'm always on the losing end of these exciting games, like the Tom Brady game. Big Tom Brady hater, because, again, Peyton Manning fan and Vols fan. Big Tom Brady hater. Tom Brady has this really hype comeback game against the Falcons,
Banger game.
Crazy banger game. The whole time, that whole second half was one of the worst halves of football I've ever had to sit through.
Honestly,
because I get to watch Tom Brady win again, because he always wins. I hate Tom Brady.
We have people in our server with League of Legends that never forfeit. Brandon is one of them. Brandon, I highly recommend you watch that game. 3-28 in the fourth quarter. Never give up.
So stupid.
Never give up.
Of course, it's slightly different.
It's different, but it's football. Yeah.
There are regardless of the score, the game itself
you can come
is
back
always
at literally any moment.
Yeah, it's always a neutral position. There's nothing. You don't have to outwork. They don't get 12 men on the field now because they've gone up, a certain number of points. Like you get a goal bleed and that kind of stuff.
The mentality stays the same. Different animal, same beast. Yeah.
But it still doesn't mean that 28-3, you got a lot of players that are really just, not wanting to come back. Yeah, Tom Brady's him. He's the GOAT. I hate him, though. Tom Brady.
Super Bowl is great.
It's Super Bowl.
Because I know you can go on and on about this.
Oh, I could go on. In honor of America, we had to at least talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
But now to move on to the true meaning of the podcast. Unfortunately, not football, my favorite thing. The LCS, my currently not his favorite thing, but hooray LCS!
About 2.5 weeks, 3-week break.
Yeah.
We're going on a break.
How do we feel about that team? Because I know Valorant's going to be taking up the Riot Games arena. I know NACL is also going to have some screen time in the arena.
No, they're not.
They aren't? I thought they would also be in the arena using it.
No, they got this time slot, but they didn't get the the whole commercial. It was a good commercial, but it was a little maybe confusing. But they got the time slot for the LCS, but they did not get the arena.
Okay.
Probably because of Valorant.
Yeah, right.
So what is it
game?
like the playoffs or something?
I don't really know. I know VCC has whatever the hell they have going on. I have no idea if it's playoffs. I personally am indifferent about it. I think I'm more worried about the fact that a 3-week break is like I don't know how well prepared you can like get yourself in 3 weeks. I don't know how the players feel about that either. We even discussed about it in VC. Like, why couldn't they have just done like 1 week break, then come back, another week break, then come back? But for some reason, it's like this long period of just vacation time for the teams.
Yes.
Well, they're gonna be scrimming the whole time, and they stay on the same schedule. But yeah, no stage games. Is basically what changes. Which all that means is they play literally one less game, or no, sorry, 2 less games of League a week. So can't be that different.
I don't think it will be, but I just don't know how the teams will react with it. I remember watching through pros, APA and Sandy and Booper were like, not exactly hyped for the idea.
I liked it. Or Booper didn't care about it.
Well, he did. Oh yeah, he just takes things as they go along because that man knows if it's out of his control, it's out of his control. He'll just do what he can.
He was essentially like, if you need a stage game to make your team better or worse, then that's not a good sign in the first place.
Yeah.
So.
But with 3-week break aside, how about that week? This is the last weekend. How do we feel about the games that had happened? What's our TLDR and or takeaway from our little predictions for week 4? Because me and Vile, yes, don't laugh, don't laugh.
Yeah.
Me and Vile went 2 for 6 on predictions. Like if you look at our chart, I got the first 2 games right for the first day, and then everything else 0-6. Vile 0-6 last 2 games of the week. He gets himself two correct picks.
Oh yeah.
Aaron mauling about the teams he picked to win because he still believes that Immortals Dignitas is a fucking coin flip.
Oh my god, no, my whole point was I didn't think it was a coin flip this time. Like, Immortals is the better team, and then they lost. I hate picking for this team.
Just go back to
oh my god.
Just go back to coin flipping. I'm telling you.
Maybe I should have. But in our prediction, there are literally only 2 people. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Not counting anyone
9,
that's
10.
like
We got
even,
10
like 50-50.
people. Yeah. We've got 10 people doing picks collectively, and 2 of us, me and our friend Shaddy, have a positive record currently. Y'all suck.
Hey, bro, I'm neutral.
Y'all are trash. Yeah, no, that's not good.
So is the glass half full or half empty?
In terms of picking shit, half empty. Don't be.
Ooh, well, I got my last 2 picks right, so it's looking more full than Eddie's.
6
I took a sip out of my glass of water, bro. I don't know what to say. I got thirsty.
Oh my god. Yeah. I went 4 for 4 for the week, which was rough. What I'm sad about is I started 13-3 and have since gone like 50% almost, just a little above 50. Yeah.
Do you want to know what really sold you? What sold all of us? Week 3. For us,
I did fine-ish in week 3.
Nah, C9 sold you. Sold us.
I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, C9. Yeah. No, if C9 would have just won out, I
went even in Super Week.
Yeah, I'll take going even, honestly, because that week was insane.
I've been declining every week. Yo, my predictions are looking like my Norm's win rate right now. Somebody help me, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody help me. I'm drowning.
It's not looking good.
Oh my god.
Well, at least you didn't get, what was it, 10 picks in a row wrong?
Yo.
I went 10.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout out to Zach going 10 in a row incorrect. Shout out to our other friend Mario for almost going 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 picks in a row wrong. He got stopped at the halfway point. Dignitas saved him. He almost went 0 for 13. Man.
I have no words. I have no way. The LCS has just, I think, okay, I don't know if this is like a good sign that the LCS is like exciting to watch, but the fact that we can't like fully predict things, I think I enjoy that.
It is fun. I would enjoy it more if it still meant Cloud9 was winning, but
100%.
And that's how we segue.
Segue into where?
Oh,
Brandon?
Cloud9.
Oh,
Oh,
Cloud9's performance, I guess.
oh, okay.
better.
Yeah, better.
I feel more confident despite the fact we lost to 100 Thieves. I'm not disappointed with the loss. I even said it last week. Like, all I care about is how are we losing. That's all that matters to me. And honestly speaking, I there are things you could obviously do different. Like, I don't think Berserker should have gone for his penta. I think he should just push down mid lane and end the game. But I feel him. I get it.
Yeah, I feel him. If it was a closer game, he would have gone for the end. I think if you're up 8k gold, they were feeling themselves a little bit. And they were like, oh, it doesn't matter anyway. But that was not true, unfortunately. But
Ooh.
woo!
I would like
yeah,
to give
no,
a quick shout out to Jojo Pyun for doing better than last week, but could still be a lot better than what he's doing right now. The Akali, I don't know what's happened. Maybe it was just a bad day, and that's not really an excuse because obviously just to be better on the day.
Yeah.
But his Akali just felt very like lackluster. I believe that Akali
It was pretty good early on.
It was good early, and then he just stopped farming.
He stopped farming and he got no kills until like the I think 25-minute mark or something. So his economy was done. It was so done.
Yeah, if you're sacrificing,
he was a
farm,
whole item down.
If you're sacrificing farm to team fight, that's great.
Well,
are you earning kills? He's not.
Well, he's earning assists.
It's not.
So it's not the same gold wise, but you can't say that you don't want to sacrifice farm because if he went and farmed and then didn't team fight for some points, and then they're losing team fights and they're going, Jojo, why weren't you there? He's like, oh well, I didn't want to get assists and so I'd rather farm. That doesn't make any sense.
It's okay.
They're not gonna be there to win fights if Jojo isn't there. It's just he's not getting the kill, and it's going to Berserker, which is not the end of the world, but it does mean that he has very poor economy on top of the fact that he wasn't farming.
As a Kali, you're just looking for like flank angles in a team fight anyway. So you shove out a wave, enter like Fog of War, pop Oracle if you feel the need, and you're just the moment you're off the map, the team is already like, okay, Akali's not here. The map is dark. We have to be careful. Like that was literally his job, and I feel like him grouping up with the team at times just felt very like bad because you're not supposed to be here for front to back. You're supposed to look for a pick and then do your best to get out alive. But I don't know. Maybe C9 had a different plan. I'm not a pro player. Just from what I'd seen with the 100 Thieves game, I can nitpick small things, but at the end of the day, I'm more satisfied with what I saw like yesterday
compared to yesterday.
Compared to last week, yeah.
I think as long as they can make the playoffs, they'll be okay.
I think they still can.
And I think they will. Obviously, it's amazing if they were able to just win out. But I think if they can make it to best of threes, they'll be in a way better position.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, Brandon, am I reading this correctly? Did all our teams just lose to 100 Thieves?
Yeah, TL lost 200 in the first day.
100 Thieves, wow.
Yeah, no, 100 Thieves, awesome this week.
Very fun to watch.
Player of the week.
Yeah,
very deserved.
Very deserved. He is very good.
What did this?
I remember.
Like,
I think what he did. He like stood out so much. Like, he played Talia and he landed the most. He landed every single W.
He was so whelming last year, and now it's
okay.
And now he's just putting in work on everything. What did he do? What changed?
He always was there, just different.
I guess he just needed
different.
Needed a different like jungler. Needed a different. Maybe he needed a different everything because this guy is snapping right now.
He needed time, like I think everyone needs. Eventually, it's just got to take a little bit, and he got it. Because I mean, it's not like people were like, "Oh, who's this pickup Quid?" and then suddenly, was bad, and you're like, "Oh, okay," and then now he's good, and you're like, "Whoa, that's crazy, go Quid." It's like, wow, this is this really exciting, pickup from Korea that we think could be very good, and we're kind of excited for him. Because I remember last year when we were all making lists, we were like, this Quid guy could be top, 3 mid in the league, and then he missed the first week, and then he didn't look that great for the split, but they kept him, and according to what I've heard DeMonte say a lot and other coaches, they're just like, he was just, it just took him a little bit to get over nerves, and they knew he was a good player. So I think he just needed time. I don't think he's necessarily like improved as a player. Obviously, he's improved on stage, and he has like slowly improved. But I don't think it's a necessary gap of like he was this level of player and now he grinded all the off season and made sure to improve his game so much. I think it was more just he's this level of player. Then he comes to America, he gets on stage, he's nervous because this is this is first tier 1.
Yeah.
And he comes in with this new team, and it's not like the new team was looking that good anyway, so it's hard for him. And then, he just gets time to adjust to LA, to stage, to everything, and then he cooks like people were expecting. So it just took a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm happy. He's definitely, the most exciting mid laner to watch this year so far.
100 Thieves actually looks amazing because your weakest player right now is Ayla, and that's fine. I can't even
on the Milio?
Yeah, I can't even sit here and define like any crazy like fault in this team. Like I can't. Like most of like watching the C900 Thieves game, like most of these small things that were done to help like gatekeep C9 from things was literally just like, I think what was it? Rain was talking about it. That Milio soccer ball kick or whatever, dog. That move is so tilting, dude. Ayla found the perfect champion for himself because that just defines Ayla, dog. I have no words.
Yeah, I think in terms of weakness, and this isn't things I've necessarily identified, but I've heard other people talking about. You got one now. WoW Sniper, he's looked really awesome. It's and it's not as much of a weakness, but it's limiting. So I couldn't call it an outright weakness, but it does limit in Sniper's champ pool, and that if he's playing Udyr, he kind of doesn't know what he's doing on the champion. But he has picks that he'll do really well on and look really good on. But he's not your Bwipo player where Bwipo just knows
Sniper
all
hasn't
these
played
things about
Udyr.
all these champions.
I don't think he's played Udyr yet this play.
Oh, they talked about him.
No, yeah,
Oh.
this is in scrims, and it's just and it's gonna come from taking time and learning, but right now he's not just gonna be able to pick everything meta or just everything that'd be called for a champ. He has like way limited champ pool, and it covers a lot of ground, and when he's on those champs he'll look really good, but sometimes maybe there could be better angles for drafts, and obviously Udyr is just broken champion anyway, and Udyr is the example I'm going to give because it's huge pro play staple, but there's definitely a lot of other champions that maybe he just won't look as good on, and now but on the champions he plays he's been looking really good.
Yeah.
What, 5 solo kills?
Yeah, the most in the league.
Most in the league.
Yeah, Cyber looks really good. Yeah, he's gotten the solo kill on like all the top laners. River is like the most properly rated player in the league. Honestly,
River has always been good. I think this is probably a pretty good meta for him, considering the fact that obviously you can't just lock in Jarvan, but you have the next best thing, Vi. And I think, I'm looking at his stats, like, he has a 100% win rate on this champion. Like, he can't go wrong with that. Along with, like, Poppy, Trundle, like, obviously this man isn't, like, I hate when this man is on Sejuani. Thank God he lost that game. But he just this is his meta to just, like, go crazy with. The stars are aligning for this team. Along with, like, Meech, who, funny enough, this dude,
He's still looking good.
He's still looking very solid. Like this team
should have flashed some Bard ults, but
well, that man was low key selling them in that game against C9, but
he won. Hey, he won the 2v. What was the 2v? Yeah, he won the 2v3.
He somehow made Varus look balanced and just still won. That's an accomplishment that you could put on your fridge.
Varus just gets to stand still under Milio W and
he does.
Kill everyone.
It's legal.
Yeah.
It's literally the law, bro. I don't know what to say. It's the law.
But yeah, I mean, 100T beat C9, and they also beat Team Liquid. So
Brandon, do
Team
you
Liquid,
have
and
any
then
qualms
going straight
about
to
Team Liquid right now?
Okay. So I mean, find the words. I think.
What do you think about Impact right now? Because Impact feels like I think he's just playing like how he normally does on any team right now. I don't think I like seeing that man on Cassante. Like Udyr gets a band away from him, and it feels like he just starts to fumble. He really does just start to fumble.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, in the Shopify win, they look pretty good. And like in the previous week, to me they look like the best macro team by far in the league.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Maybe not the best micro mechanically, but they have been constantly outplaying teams on the map and such. 100 Thieves kind of the way they fight around that is they kind of send it in, and then they end up building those leads slowly, and then they end up winning a fight by doing the same thing. So it's a little. That is a hard matchup for Team Liquid, but I think I'm still happy with how Team Liquid looks. I mean, Impact getting solo kill there, that was rough. APA, maybe not on his picks. He also looks a little weaker.
Yeah.
Alan Korov looked fine.
I'm very
He
shocked
looks good.
I'm very shocked that APA isn't exactly like doing amazing, considering the fact that this is probably a great meta to be a mage player in. Like, I know a good amount of the games that he's played, Azir does just get banned or taken away.
But when he picks it, I never want to see it again.
I think he has like 2 wins on it. He's won twice on the champion, and I think it's pretty good.
I wouldn't say he won necessarily.
Okay.
But
he's on the team.
I mean, it's got 100% win rate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I never want to see that man on Azir again.
All right. So, he wants to talk about Dignitas.
I hate Dignitas.
I will gladly talk about Dignitas. This team, I already talked about where I was just like, yo, these guys are going to come in. These guys are going to try and put in the work. These guys are hungry for a W. And I don't think I was wrong. I think one player I was very excited to watch was XU. This man, I'm peeping the stats. This man has like 8 unique champions played. This man locked in, I don't even know what this man has like locked in like several different champions. Ivern. This man on Ivern was actually goofy as shit. I was grateful to watch that. Like, Dove, is it Dove or Dove? I still don't know right now. Yeah, Dove. Dove is kind of okay. I think I enjoy watching him play. He's very nice to watch. I think the weakest player on this team is probably Isles. Yeah, this dude, I don't know what it is with him. This guy plays support like I do, and that's scary to watch. Very scary to watch. This guy does he has quick time events that just like he enters and just doesn't really follow through with. Like his Milio win rate right now is 0. I don't know how you fail quick time events as Milio. Like that's actually history making. But Dignitas, in my opinion, this is still a team I would love to see in playoffs. I don't not see them in playoffs. Probably first round exit, but I would still want them there.
Yeah. Here, I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
If I told you at the start of the year that NRG, Cloud9, and Dignitas would all be the exact same position in the standings, would you think that means Dignitas is doing well, or NRG, Cloud9 are doing bad?
NRG, Cloud9 doing bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
they are the champ and the super team going in are now tied with Dignitas. So great.
That just
this region is in a great position, guys. We're not gonna have, we're gonna make a deep run in Worlds in MSI clearly.
Yeah, no, like Energy folding to Dignitas yesterday was nothing short of a fucking miracle. Like, I don't know, man. I still believe I was actually very shocked watching it myself because we're still weak siding Dokla and somehow still losing bot side, which makes me scratch my head because what are we doing bot side that we have to like sack Dokla for? I'm still very much against that. I'll give credit to Isles because this man for some reason averaged only 2 deaths on Nautilus. Like as Nautilus, like having those many deaths in a game already secures you a W.
Is that a good? Well, actually, 2 deaths on Nautilus is a good thing or bad?
It's a good thing because most Nautilus players will just like send it for their team and just pray that they do well. Considering you have like near no deaths and like double-digit assists, no kills, you did great. Actually, MVP material. Not actually, but like you know what I'm saying. I just don't know. I just don't know what had happened, dog. Dokla playing Zac too. This is not a champion I would expect him to play. And I think NRG talked recently, and I don't know what interview it was, with Contracts talking about how the team has like argued, has like discussed about ways so that they want to try and play the game, and no one is really like syncing up with each other and how they actually want to play this game. So if you don't have a clear goal in mind going into stage games, you're already doomed to fail. So I do believe they'll figure something out. I don't doubt that they won't, but like I don't know that they won't, but like I want to see them do better. This is very sad to watch.
Yep.
We talk about Shopify, Blue Shell. Is their new name.
When they showed that graphic, bro, I had to think about it in my head. Every like number one team or any team that was like number one at the time that they were going up against, they win. I don't know how. This has to be rigged. I think Joe Biden's also drawing up the script for the LCS too, dude. Because what the fuck is happening?
But
The Shopify Rebellion being like an Achilles. Like, these guys are like hitting the Achilles heel with every top
Cloud9
team.
Energy and now FlyQuest.
Do we want to count that FlyQuest game? I think
I
I
mean-
have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're ahead. They want to do stuff, but like, yeah.
And then they just like, I don't want to count that game because FlyQuest, looking at their draft, looks like they just wanted to try something. They locked in, what's his name, Smolder. They locked in the Smolder. I don't think Bwipo is like a Cassante player. I don't think he really is. I think they saved his pick for last because Olaf was banned from him. Yeah, Olaf was banned from him. They had banned Udyr because they didn't want to see Fake God on it. And I don't know what the matchup is with Aatrox Cassante. I think Bwipo would be like, oh, Aatrox wins that free. But I don't know, man. Inspired looked very lost. Jensen looked very good, which is I feel kind of hurt saying that, but he did look great. Masu and Busio kind of ran it. It was masterclass from FlyQuest to just give Shopify a win. I'm with it. I don't think this is a game that'll be like, oh, we need to fix the team or anything, but yeah, it looks like this is just experimental. Nothing that needs to be like over-examined in my head. Yeah, because I'm even looking here with what Masu was building on Smolder. Like, I don't even know what this champion builds. This guy had Essence Reaver, Rapid Fire Cannon, and the Seeker's Arm Guard. Like, what is happening with this man's inventory? What does Smolder build? What is his champion? And seeing Busio on Blitzcrank was also very goofy. Wow, you got any special takes from this game specifically? Or the team?
I missed most of it though. That's the game I missed most. I had to do stuff.
Oh no!
I had to bail on that one.
Just know Insanity looked like a hero on Oriana. This dude just attached the ball to Boogie and just called it a day. It was either Boogie or Zazel. Like, if you look at the stats, it'd be like, holy shit, Shopify Rebellion's the best team in North America. They fucked on FlyQuest, and then it's just, nah, they didn't. They didn't. You know those kind of games that you see, like, it could be like on someone's op.gg where you look at the match history and like, oh, this guy looked like a hero, when in reality all they did was steal kills and like AFK for like 5 minutes in the game. And like I don't know what to say. That game was ugh. Yeah, and FlyQuest themselves, I don't think this is a game that we need to worry about. They're still a solid team. They tried something, didn't work. We move forward. We literally just move forward. I don't even think, like even, what is it, Insanity on pros was even like, this man didn't even brag about the win once. Like, he did not want to brag about that win at all. Because he knew damn well, like, you know how you can tell when people aren't playing serious? Like, you pick a secondary against, like, your cousin or something in Smash Brothers. Like, that's what it looked like.
Yo.
That's literally what it looked like, man. But yeah. Immortals. The Scrim Gods, apparently. They took their own L against Dignitas, which is kind of shocking. Mask bringing out the what's his chant? Hui, the Hui for the first time. This isn't the first time it was played in the LCS, right?
It was.
This is the first time.
Was it with? Yeah, it was at the Smolder game, right?
Yeah, against Dignitas. Okay, let me just
Yeah,
say this champion, I don't know if it was just Mask who just didn't know what to do on the character, because the character is kind of like a Lux Karma, when this guy for like a majority of this season has just been playing like Azir, Orianna, Talia, Corki. I just feel like he was very lost on the character on stage. I think
Mhm.
I think this was probably just picked for him because they were like, oh, let's try this, and he was just like, oh, you know how someone tells you to try something, you're like, oh, I can play it. Like you're not really confident about playing it. That's what this looked like. Because I don't think he did terrible, but it looked
Mhm.
not confident at all. Yeah, like our Mao, our Mao stealing kills and getting caught out like twice. I think sold them the game though.
Ooh.
I can't even blame this on Mask.
None of their carries had kills. It was like
So
three
depressing.
kills on Armeo
It
and
was
2 kills on
so
Ole. Oh
depressing.
my
Tactical
god.
couldn't get anything,
They were
dog.
getting money, and then the second game, there was it versus FlyQuest, where they locked in the TF-ADC. The first time it was done in a major region.
I was embarrassed to ping Jeebus with this game, bro. I'm like, oh, he might be hyped to watch this shit, and I'm like, oh no, cover it up, bro. Turn off the TV. Don't show him this. He'll just be sad. Yeah, I think
He went and played it afterward and went like 1-16.
Yeah. Well,
So
I don't think this game would have changed anything, but like I feel like it would have given him hope to think that, oh, this is legitimate.
Oh, it did. It did.
So I've learned actually with TF at all, the threat presence with this character is literally to farm, because you're like with your passive, you obviously get more gold than literally anyone else, right? Like your goal is to just keep CS up, and when you are like off the map, or not off the map, but like off enemy vision, your goal is to just hold your R. Because the fact that you could literally use your R at any moment gives like the enemy team like it's like in the back of their heads, like they have to play knowing, oh, TF could ult here at any moment. It's kind of like Nocturne. It's like how calm, it's like how like relaxed you can play, or how confident you can play knowing that Nocturne ult is down. That's the same way I feel whenever the Destiny's Gate is literally on cooldown. And I feel like Tactical did not abuse that at all. I think everything else he kind of did right, but there were some fights I don't think he should have taken. Because if you're dead, obviously you can't use the Destiny Gate. But I think he should have used the threat of his ultimate more than to just fist fight every second he could against Renata and Callista, by the way. I don't have any words. Like that, I love watching this combo at all because for some reason people think they can just fist fight Callista Renata, when in reality, no, you can't.
Yeah, they just bubble you, and then you take like fucking
Yeah.
200 magic damage in a single instance, and then you get rend and then die.
The oath sworn passive on her W, on Callista's W.
And then the Renata passive, yeah.
Yep, it's just one auto, and it's like, yo, why am I at half health from getting like hit twice? Like what? Ole somehow made Maokai look balanced. that you can put on your fridge, because I have never been less threat. Like every twisted advance this man laid out, I didn't feel threatened at all. I don't think I felt threatened. Like I don't have any words.
Yeah.
This game was just very, very eh. But yeah, shout out to FlyQuest. They showed that they couldn't play Smolder, and they're like, all right, let's just go back to what we were normally doing, and stomped Immortals. So that's why I say FlyQuest is still good. There's no they still holding a loss to Shopify, but there's no real like, it's not a detriment to their progress. I don't think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I think that is quite literally our weekly recap of us crying, complaining, and discussing our illustrious week 4. Don't look at our predictions. I'm currently about to rig them right now and make everything look green. Hold on. Because I am actually embarrassed, bro. 0-6 on predictions. I have no words.
Go. Me too, bro.
Yeah.
All right, well, Aaron, my transition.
Yeah. So, the latest Pros episode came out. The second best LCS related podcast out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Goes us, and then Pros, and then the
Real.
Dive. By the way, for anyone that wanted to know.
Very real.
Yeah. And today, or this episode, or I guess it was yesterday's episode, but the post came out for today. I don't think anyone was watching Pros this time because the Super Bowl was on right then. Everyone was done. But it was Bwippo, Insanity, and APA. I thought of the other I haven't watched a full episode of any of the other ones. I watched this full episode, but I'd watch, probably average about 20 minutes of these, some of them.
I say the Who He Won was very good. They discussed more of their personal lives than the actual game, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're never... Okay, let's... Whippo, APA, Insanity. What personal lives? This is just gonna be the game. Let's be real for a second. That's the only discussion they can have. But I loved this episode. It was great hearing from Whippo because he, I think, is easily one of the most insightful players we have in the LCS. So you always know if he's going to be talking. One, it's going to be... The information's going to be good, and there's going to be a lot of it, and a lot more in-depth than most people will be able to understand, including me. But
it was in-depth.
And the people on the stage, and the people on the podcast. But
I don't think
he went
I don't think Jad is a good fit for those three. I don't think. Because Jad was asking them questions that were just like, what's your gut reaction or gut feeling on like XYZ? And these guys would just be like, well, the data suggests this, and so I think it's kind of, and it's like, bro, just give us your gut feeling. I don't care about the statistics. Just tell me what you feel. And
he did it.
I don't know. Jat wants to get more of an emotional kind of response from them, but Whippo's so data driven, bro. I mean, no words.
in his pure stat checker top lane loving life, he did say, like, not direct quote, but essentially, because I don't have the direct quote on me right now, but he was literally just like, League of Legends is just math. Range, math.
He's
when
not
you're
wrong.
Getting together in a team fight, math. The whole game is, I mean, he's not wrong, but it is really funny that, the top laner is going to say that one. It's like, as long as I can just get more range on this guy, more AD or more, I'll win the fight. No outplay, just math.
I'm like, it's a very real statement because, like, what we've all had our hands in fighting games before. Like, you already initiate a combo, the math's already been done. Unless I drop this, the math has already been done. Now we're focused on what's next.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. And
then, but yeah, no, he went kind of no holds barred on this episode though. He was not holding back on anyone.
He was dragging every top laner's name through the mud, bro.
Even all himself. Dragging Insanity, dragging everyone, dude. Oh my god. He's like
no fear.
He's like, oh yeah, the Sanity was just like, oh yeah, the Sion Aatrox match was bad, and Book was just like, no, you just played it terribly. Here's how the matchup goes. This is how you can win. I was playing against the best people in the world, and I was on Sion, and I was winning it. He wasn't wrong.
He's not wrong.
It was really funny.
He's so data driven. Like, I think that man's great to talk to about this game. Like, I think we've all known that, but like, it's just another piece of evidence of just like, wow, Whippo is probably gonna fall apart when he retires because what else does this man know but League of Legends?
Coaching.
He could coach. I think not even. I think he'd be great as a positional coach. Probably not over. I think he'd be better as a positional coach because he can literally just create like a mini version of himself using like some other 16 or 17-year-old prospect that like hits the rift or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was interesting. He was talking a lot about, and I think all three of them were talking about like what makes a good pro play team or a good super team. And APA was talking about scrimming with, JDG, or they were talking about rotations, and it was all about just like suffocating using one player to suffocate the rest, and just creating all these if you can get more information, or if you can cause the team to have less information, that'll win you the game, right? And it's like, because he was talking about with JDG where 369, he's not, or this is last year JDG 369, it's never his job to carry a game in any of the games they're gonna play. It's Ruler, Knight, Kanavi, that's their thing. So he's not gonna worry about during laning phase, let me shove this wave, get my plates. He's gonna shove the wave, go in vision, and get information for his carries so his carries can make the better position. Or he's gonna fog and scare the crap out of every other mid laner so they're not able to do as much. Or they were talking about with Asian TF, right? TF it's better. Like if you're using your ult, that just makes it easier on everyone else, right? Because the ult's down, you can make action. But the whole time
if
the
you're
ult's
holding
up,
it,
if you're holding it, it
yeah,
limits what
it
they can
circles
do.
back to like what I said. It's like when you're holding an ultimate like that, or even like Nocturne's paranoia, like you've already succeeded in suffocating a team just by the fact that that is off cooldown, like it's available to be used. I find that to be very powerful because like with a super team, it's just like okay, when the enemy team is facing against you, they have to feel like they're sacrificing something just to sway you from your goal. That's what a real super team is. I kind of compared it, at least when he was talking about it. I unfortunately, actually fortunately, compared it to like, what is it, Golden State, when Kevin Durant joined their team. Because I'm like, okay, now that the paint is like heavily defended by like all these people. You got Draymond, you got Kevin, but Kevin can also shoot. Steph can shoot. For some reason, Clay can also shoot, but Steph also has movement. Like this team, you can't suffocate them anywhere. And even if you tried, you'd be sacrificing so many resources to a point where the other side of like of the field or of the map is just going to like succeed. Like that, like it's so it's hard. I hate calling C9 a super team, man, because that's not what it feels like right now.
Not right now.
Not right now. Yeah, but yeah, super teams. That's pretty much like the criteria. It's so hard to aim for that.
They were talking about like I'm back to JDG because that's the most recent super team, but they were also bringing up how they couldn't exist inside their own jungle because second one moves. You got JD. They'll help move with Kanavi, Knight, and 369 will both be there, or you move into their jungle and somehow everyone's appeared, and it's just like there's no right moves you can make because for some reason somehow they're always everywhere they need to be on the map at the exact right time. And it all comes down to just having a singular common goal as a team, and if you can identify what your singular common goal will be, then you're good. It doesn't matter as much if you're overall better. Now on top of that, they're overall better, but if everyone knows exactly what they need to be doing and they don't have to communicate that with each other, it's immediate, right? Like if you're having a player, and I was talking about this with Rain the other day because, I'm having to try to like learn to play around other people's shot calling because I'm not going to do any of the shot calling, right? Mm-hmm. Or just in general with pro play. If he's making a play and he's calling for a play and I don't understand the play as well, right? And this goes... or Jojo doesn't understand a play Blabber's calling. Sometimes you can blindly follow the play, right? Yep. But if you blindly follow the play, that play needs to be and you don't understand it, right? If you understand what they're saying and you're just blindly following it, But let's say you don't necessarily get it as well. It's much harder to execute something you don't understand, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be broken down for you even more, which takes more time, right? So if they're explaining it in great detail and you're blindly following it, so they're taking time to do that. But if you're blindly following it and it wasn't in great detail and you're trying to do it, maybe you don't execute it the exact right way. Or let's say you're not going to blindly follow it, you're going to try to think through it. Thinking through it takes time. But if you can all just I don't know if you can hear my snaps, but if you're just, okay, perfect. If you're doing it at the exact right time and you're all in sync in that one like hive mind, then there's no waiting for someone to figure it out or waiting for someone to explain it. And you make the call, but everyone knows exactly what that call means and how it needs to operate immediately because it's been thought out before, right? And it's been done before. I agree. That there was what they're talking about when making a super team is just, or not a super team, a great pro play team. And a super team.
Val, you agree?
Do it next time.
Anything to add, or maybe even
being on the same page is the main goal of growing a team in general. Yeah. Like that's what even Revan talked about last year when he was coaching TSM. That's like the main thing you want to get at a point with the team where everyone is on the same page and working in tandem. That's the goal of you as a coach in general in the beginning of a team. Is you want to get all these people unified. Yeah. And
I think there's a lot to be shown, right? And you had T1 and they were around that iteration of the team was around for how many years? 3
years now. This is their third.
Yeah.
And obviously they looked really good the whole time. but they still never won anything. But at the same time, you knew that everyone knew eventually if this team's going to stay together, they won, because being able to, play with these people for that long, it gets to the point where they're all going to, be on that same page exactly like that. Same thing with NRG. That whole team stayed together. They just, made a couple rotations, right? That core three, and then you bring in FBI, and then you bring in Huhi. But the core three of those, they stayed together. It's easier to slot those people in. They stayed for a whole split, and then, they didn't look as good at the start, but I think they just had such synergy in those top three, and then FBI was able, and Ignar were able to slot in so easily, and then they won because they had the clearest goal in the game of any other team in the LCS that year. And you could see it in their gameplay, and you could see it when they played against G2. Not to say that G2 wasn't a good team. They also stayed together for a long time. But, yeah.
Oh my god, 2019 G2. Don't remind me. You're giving me flashbacks. Yeah, I think finding a good pro super team now with League is just like, it's very beautiful to watch, because you're like, wow, this is like macro masterclass. This is micro masterclass. Like, this is just like, execution is just like perfect. It's actually like listening to Beethoven live, bro. Like, holy shit, like, this is perfect. I don't know. With teams like that.
Beethoven live.
Yo, honestly speaking, there could be a day where you wake up there. All of a sudden, Kobe's next to you, X is next to you, and you're like, oh shit, Beethoven's here. Let's watch, guys. I'm waffling.
I don't know if I necessarily want to be there.
Well, watching a Beethoven concert?
I just
Would you be
don't
there
know
for
if I'm
that?
in the right spot if I'm with Kobe and X and Beethoven.
Hey, you there?
I'm going there anyway. But I would prefer to go up.
You telling me Beethoven wouldn't be up?
I don't know about Beethoven, but
I think he's a little under right now.
yeah.
Ah, shit.
I couldn't comment on Beethoven. He's too old for me, but
Yo, he grew up with Double Lift, bro. What you mean? He was there at the beginning of the LCS. He was there for Worlds, like the first Worlds, before it was really Worlds. He was there.
Okay,
I'm playing.
Okay, I didn't. There could have been a pro player named Beethoven, and I would have believed you.
That could have been, honestly.
Yeah,
I'd believe him
he's
too.
playing like tier 2, like EMEA right now.
Yeah.
Yo, but sleeper team, I've earned
just
my
Aaron.
run back against Aaron in playoffs. Let me just say,
No
C9
dick.
finally
No-
did something, and sleeper was great for me this week. It did me good.
Fucking Dignitas, man.
Yeah.
I
So
lost friends.
Ryoto are the only person who has a perfect record. Mario has one, but in reverse. But Ryoto has a perfect record. He also has 2 Dignitas players with Rich and Isles, so he's also cooking. He got 300 points this week. Very impressive.
It was very depressing.
Yeah, if it was just by base points, Aaron would have won by 1. So
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I got whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna beat Eddie anyway.
Nope. I
Maybe.
get my run back. I lost 2 in the regular season, but I've been blessed with another chance.
Yeah.
I get my run back. We're cooking. Yeah, but this week for sleeper, at least for me, if I could like break it down, I was up against Shani. Dokla got me a staggering 12 points. Hold on, guys. It gets better. Berserker finally doing something for me. Earns his fast 5 for day 1 of week 4. I get the Varus pick, 56 points. God is good, man. That's really what set me up. Like I am grateful. I've also realized that no one is really earning anything off of pick and bans anymore. Whatever you do, do not look at Vile and Kevin's matchup. Oh my god.
I lost off of pick and bans, so let's not say no one's earning anything off of pick and bans. Motherfucker earned a win off of
Well,
pick
you
and
didn't.
bans.
yeah, well, you already went off picking bands.
Yeah,
you
you
did.
did.
That's
You did
fine.
earlier, so it's okay. The shoe's on the other foot now.
It did not feel good.
Oh my god, I'm just looking at your match history. River getting the double vi Rhino getting the double vi pick for River. Oh
Dude,
my
I
god.
had-
Oh,
Here's the worst part, right? Let me break this down. I had River, or I had Vi locked in initially, and I'm like, you know what? Last time I went with Vi, and it didn't do anything. And I had Vi locked it for contracts, and I said, you know what? Last time I did Vi, nothing happened. So I swapped it to Rel and Poppy. And then what happened? 3 of the 4 games between our 2 junglers were Vi. And then, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go Oriana again for JoJo because I don't think he'll have a chance with Kali, and I don't think Azir's gonna pick. Azir and Akali got picked, so that was awesome. And then I got the double Varus pick, but it got banned. Senna, I got Busio. Busio did get me a lot of points on the Renata pick, but
It wasn't enough.
whatever. That's life. Stupid River.
Honestly,
Yeah, River actually won him that, didn't he?
I think he did. I'm looking at this now. Like, yeah, you already said about the base points, but like, I think River really did just carry Ryoto to 4-0. Also, Val, you're foul for saying that about Mario.
Nice to go.
There's another 0-4 contender.
Yeah, let's say none of us are shocked that he's 4-0 or 0-4.
Who, Mario? Because he drafted Air.
He didn't draft anything. He got pinned in the last stuff.
He drafted Air, and then Rain got a double pick for Aatrox, for Sniper. Just locking in Aatrox. Oh my goodness. 100 over 100 points on Sniper. Actually huge. Despite the fact that tactical Edward Ra, his GOAT, didn't earn much. Yeah, to our viewers, if you were ever, to any of the viewers that aren't in our Discord, this dude Rain will always talk and cry about how like, yo, tactical, my GOAT, Edward Ra, the GOAT. And it's like, yo, bro calls him Double F Jr. as the nickname on Sleeper, by the way. Yeah, Mario's performance in Sleeper was honestly a lot better than I thought. I'm actually really shocked that this man did like anything with that roster. Of course he went 0-4, but like, I don't know, this doesn't look like a terrible 0-4. It's like you look at someone's match history, it's all red, but this man has points. Dove earned him 72 points this week. Like, Dignitas actually could have carried Mario to a win if Rain didn't get... Well, actually, the base points don't lie either. Yeah, this dude Mario, he also pick banned Air. Fuck. Oh, no, man. No. Oh, well. But I'm still hyped for our playoff matchups. I get my run back against Aaron. Ryoto's fighting against Rain. And in the toilet bowl bracket... Mario and Brandon will face off against each other. Kevin and Shani will face off against each other. For anyone that does not know, there's like a consolation bracket for the bottom 4 of our league. And it's just to crown who is the king of last place. Or the king shit. Or shit king. And that's just whoever gets 8th place. Right now, I have a prediction, but I will not say. But I will focus on the top 4. I'm beating Aaron. I don't care how that happens. I have to. Like, this is literally the law. Like, I've been blessed with a run back. I can't not beat him. I'm actually so hyped. It's the tail end of the regular season and Sleeper's still going on. Like, I really do enjoy the fact that we've been using Sleeper for LCS, by the way. It actually makes pick bans so much more engaging. Like, Champion Select, I was like slightly engaged in because I was just like, oh, maybe someone might pick something cool or maybe like just funny. But with Sleeper, it's like you're actually sitting here going through like sheets of data, or some people just Kobe their bans and just pick whatever or ban whatever, and it's like it makes Champion Select and the game that you watch just that more important to like view. I'm a big fan. I really am.
For my sleeper, I thought Kevin and Eddie talked about how me and Kevin basically did the same exact pick bans, like almost perfectly, except on Fate God, where I picked Udyr and he banned Cassante. But everything else was identical. Maokai, Talia, Azir, Sion, Varus, Felios, Bard, Milio, like everything was identical. I did get a little bit of a lead, but it doesn't push me into the playoffs, fortunately.
I gotta give you credit, by the way, Brandon. You stopped reminding people to do pick bans. God is good.
Oh, yeah. I said, oh, man. I'm only gonna do
You're
it for the
gonna
first
stop
2
doing
weeks.
that forever.
No, I'll do it for
I
the
think
first 2 weeks.
the first 2 weeks, that's fine. But like
Mm-hmm.
after, yeah,
Yeah, I'll
I
do that.
I think this is probably the first and the last time I draft two people from the same team. I I thought I could do it. I thought it'd be great. I'm done. I'm not doing that no more. Berserker Vulcan. Let me just get one or the other. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like if they both succeed, great. But it's also a gamble because if they don't succeed, I'm in the gutter.
Okay, yeah, but I had Whippo Busio, so I'm cooking, and you got inspired Jensen. I just, I, I know it's like a hindsight thing, but it really wasn't. I just still can't believe that you had the opportunity to draft Jensen and you
Nope.
picked the Mask.
Nope.
I'd say nope. And then you're like, oh, I don't regret it. Either you should regret it, or you don't, and you're lying, or you're stupid. That's your two
Do you
options.
know how many years of disappointment Incarnation has like blessed me with since I was like 15? For those that don't know, Jensen's old name was Incarnation.
Mhm.
Do you know how many years this man has cursed me?
Yeah,
He
this
wins
year
his first championship in NA on TL, and it's like, what? Were you supposed to do this on C9? Where was this energy on C9? And then, like, what? 7 years later, he does it in 2022. I'm all set, bro. My era with Jensen is all set. I'm all good.
Yeah, you said no. I want Mask.
Yes, sir. I have to put faith in at least one Immortal player. Like
Yo, the answer was stupid. by
I
the
did it.
way.
I did it with Revenge when he was on Immortals. I did it with what's that guy? Bolulu when he was on Immortals. I have to get at least one Immortal player on my team. At least one. Aaron, do you know how funny it would be if I beat you with this team in the playoff?
Not that you have Berserker and Vulcan. What's funny about your team?
Okay, I'm talking about Mask, Umti, and Dokula. Dokula hasn't gotten anything, by the
Oh,
way.
not Dokla. Not the championship team player Dokla.
This man earns me single-digit points from every game that he's played in. Like, he earned me single digits last week. I hope you know this guy is actually just like weak-sided every game he plays. Because for some reason, Energy wants to play bot side when they have like a support that enjoys just seeing gray screens. Like, I don't know why.
We'll see though. I guess.
Oh, whoops, I accidentally clicked sports, and now I see the Denver Nuggets versus the Bucks today. That's fun.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Team, are we doing an episode next week?
No.
No.
Wow. Yeah, to our viewers, we agreed upon this like before the episode started, but I'm gonna pretend to be disappointed because I know our viewers will be sad about it. So yes, we will not have an episode next week, unfortunately, due to
No.
the inactivity of the LCS.
We'll be back. Uploading the Tuesday before, or the Tuesday
the
of the week that it
28th.
starts again.
The 28th? 28th is when we'll drop another episode. This one's I just want to say 28th to 27th. Whichever one's a Tuesday. That's the next episode.
Yep.
But yeah, team, do we have any other closing remarks? Anything to wrap this up with? Val
Hi,
Dynamite?
Jacob.
Hi, Jacob.
I